Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to start. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to start. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to start. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome.
What up, what up? Welcome back. So much for managing to pull off two straight, on-time starts with the show. Definitely had a little sidetrack this morning in Discord and it threw off a lot of things, so I had to finish my prep to get here and it fucking now burned the clock plus production, so fuck my life. I just burned 40 minutes. So sorry about that. I'm going to try to pack everything into a shorter span and still try to get away from being 10 minutes in front of the market open. So this might be a little faster show just to cover what we need to cover and stuff. Bank of England just did an intervention. Amazingly, about 10 minutes before I woke up to cover my fucking NASDAQ overnight short that I kept from the top of the market yesterday, and they just blew a fucking 100 points off of it. So that was pretty fucking awesome. But it was still a good play for all you guys who were in live trading yesterday and played that crazy shit that was going on. Like, holy fuck. But oh my god, I wasn't feeling good. Normally I'm up at 4:30. There's the one time I stayed there and they fucking blew through my fucking shit. But still, I got away with a fucking pretty decent NAS short. So hopefully some of you guys killed that thing yesterday with us in the group live call. That was pretty cool. That was some of the best vibes we've definitely had in the last couple of months. As a community coming together to go after the market like that. And it is a difficult environment. I don't think any of you ever thought you could actually deal with the market in such a fashion as sitting there and treating it like a game of Call of Duty, and we all sit around fucking camping out to fucking kill people. But that's how we treat it. We look at it like a living, breathing thing, like, it's us versus people, and that's kind of what helps us read the market the way we do. We deal with it like people, So try to have fun with it too. So hopefully, you guys had fun doing that and learning about the price and its evolution over the time, the day, and that it can be that forecastable. For anybody who doesn't have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about, one sec. How did I get here? So for the guys who join the YouTube membership, where I was telling you I'd give you more hands-on training on the content and stuff and how to use things and all that, blah blah blah. Did the second live trading session. Last time was actually pretty insane. I probably shouldn't have done that. I showed up after the FOMC, which is an insane fucking amount of volatility, and I took a bunch of very new people through absolutely crazy shit. This is a more normal, just starting on the bell session. Like this is, I should probably not do that, but the FOMC is so crazy. I thought that it was worth navigating with you. So like normally, I can't do it every day anymore. I'm a bit older person, but when I can run a whole session with you, I could pretty much give you the answer to every single fucking thing that's gonna happen. That's why guys will hang around me for like 5 and 9 years, even though they hate my fucking guts and I'm a completely irritating person, because I know what I'm talking about. So this is the best way I know how to train traders. And for me, like the absolute goal of the station is to change the audience base of the station so that I have a successful trading audience base. Because trading's not like something that like I'm not gonna go be a JavaScript coder tomorrow morning. Like that's like a million miles out of my wheelhouse. I'll take forever to learn code. I'll probably be too old by the time I get caught up to anybody who's young. It's just not for me. Like every single thing is not for people. Some people aren't artists, in any way. Actually, most people are artists, just don't know where their creativity lies. I can be a coder. I can't be a professional basketball player. There's like a lot of stuff I could never be. A lot of people, like, when CNBC creates this general public appearance that like everybody can come in and do this, and then they restrict a couple of things that the general public doesn't really know, like pattern day trading, access to CFDs, leverage reductions for Americans, all kinds of weird shit to keep them in a little pocket where they're easier to kill by the institutions who lobby for the regulations that set the fucking game rules for all of us to play in. That's like a very, simple point to acknowledge, but very widely missed point for everyone who steps in the market. Who set the rules of the game that you're playing? So the game is rigged against you, right? Let's look at a casino. You go to a casino and you see a roulette wheel, like I told you guys, I think in a recent show, right? A roulette wheel, if you had black and reds, would have a 50-50 shot if you threw the ball on there. They add a greenie on the two ends of it, the 0 and the 00, because it'll throw off that 50-50 and make it like a 48%, which allows you to then over time definitely lose. If that's not a one-off, that's generally what anybody in a position of power is going to do to you when you enter their game. They're going to fucking tilt it so that they can make a business. Imagine if Vegas actually had fair odds that you could make $1 billion business out of that. There's no way, right? You'd have to skew it so that you could kind of like guarantee that, like, over time you had a statistical advantage. Institutions aren't much different when you recognize these guys are like, you created market taker versus market maker systems to give you free commission while making sure they're on the other side of every trade you make. And now in a very liquid market, it looks like you're literally trading against the thing that's coming for you every time you fucking touch it, but that's what they wanted to create. Ultimately, the system wasn't really built for us, it was built to transfer equity out of us. And we are, after all, human capital. We were bred at leverage and fed on leverage. And we're not here to benefit from the system, we're here to power it, And so the few of us who decide to take it to the ends of like really, dissecting the puzzle to play against a machine that was built to actually kill the general public, I take it very seriously. Like, it's not something that you say, look at this fucking Ichimoku cloud, I think it has support. I don't know people who talk price like that. I don't talk to people like that. I actually think those people are fucking dregs. Right? We talk about price, intimately. It's you're entangled with the human tapestry of perceptions that make the market, and you have to look at it like very seriously, I think, to be able to read it and forecast it and do anything fucking useful with it. So when I think you get your live call, I know that for as many of you who've been watching this show for like a year or more, 2, 3, if you liked it and you thought it was kind of accurate, you never had any fucking idea it could be that insane until you got on a live fucking call. And yeah, it is that insane. It is that forecastable. And I am able to fucking tell you pretty much every fucking move you'll ever fucking see. That's how I built a fucking show on precision. If I couldn't do this, I couldn't have a fucking show at 500 shows that pretty much captures every major market move in the entire world. If you're going to learn markets and you're going to learn any job, On-the-job training is the only thing I know that actually could get you to a place where you yourself had a skill you could, do on your own. So this is probably the most difficult thing on the fucking planet, is that I'm going to reach into the audience from the TV show, and I'm going to grab a bunch of you, and I'm going to physically fucking train you so that you can use the show like a trader, not just kind of, ooh, he's got a colorful thing, and oh, that looks crazy. No, but actually take it and do something, because there's no point if you can't bake a chicken after watching a cooking show for fucking 3 years. So in order to get the show where I want, I need the audience to be a different dynamic than the typical audience of a market show. While I put out information that's not a typical market show, creating an ecosystem that can sit in the general public, and the average person doesn't have the mental dexterity and cognitive process to know what the fuck I just said. That's what keeps it valuable, right? The bulk of people don't have high processing powers, can't tell what the fuck's going on. I'm pretty sure we're all alike. Motherfucker, we are not the same. I just had this shit this morning, and it's just a nonsensical thing. I put out intel that no one else matches, and everyone kind of fucking knows it. You don't have to fucking sit here and like it. I don't give a shit if you do. But if you're going to use it, fucking respect it. If you come in here, I will do what I said. I will teach you to fucking understand prices and how to fucking manage yourself in the markets and understand your behaviors and help you discover your capacity to trade, right? I don't really teach you to trade. I teach you how to think, and trading is decision making. So with improved cognitive process and, being a little bit more selective about the choices you make, you change the thoughts that precede actions, and you will make better choices, which leads to better risk-adjusted decisions everywhere you go. In markets, we call that trading. But in life, every single thing you do is transactional. And so you make this decision all the time. That's what I really teach people. Showing you how the markets move in the day, this is kind of like something that has to come after. We do some rearrangement with the way you think about shit, right? I don't want people coming here like, oh, greedy, I can fucking just plow this listen and smash the button. No, I can't do that. There's a whole lot of little nuance you have to know. For all these people to independently manage themselves all around here, to actually work like a professional team and actually act on markets like a fucking trader and risk manager. The average mom and pop just have no fucking idea what all of you are doing in this call. This isn't a show for the average mom and pop. As much as I try to make it available to the average person won't put in the effort to become the above average person. And so this will only benefit people who actually have a real passion and interest in this puzzle, and a professionalism about taking yourself to the next level and organizing yourself and actually having a goal to fucking make this a business. It's not a casual thing you can really do. I'll be honest with you. Any of this stuff you're seeing, you have to fucking want to do this. You have to be interested. You have to look at these charts. You have to go over the content overnight when I'm not telling you to. Have an actual desire to fucking know this. And if you get in the room here, I will gladly take you on a live call, and I'll show you how the market actually moves. And this will demystify everything you ever wondered. And when you can sit here and do this in a day, all as a crew, you will all know in a moment you're fucking smarter than Kathy Woods and every other motherfucker who doesn't understand that shorting is fucking not against the rules, and you do it every time you enter a two-sided transaction and not fucking meat puppets, right? You all instantly know that fucking the bulk of fund managers now are completely full of shit. Now, it's not a conversation for debate. You know, in the absolute terms, mathematically, they're fucking lying. Well, we do exactly what we say, and we do that because nobody else fucking does. If you ask me to teach you how to think and look at markets differently in a way that will make you fucking better than the next person, I can show you that. But you gotta trust the process. So anyways, that was a really fun session yesterday. I'm definitely trying to work on some health things so I could do those more times a week. But I woke up with a fucking massive migraine. That's why I stayed in bed until the Bank of England decided to stick a fucking fork up my ass. So yeah, it fries me now. I know Tiki and the rest of you guys are around my age, bro. That shit, when we hang it up, you're useless to yourself. But that's, and so for any of you who are in that, I do not expect any of you to sit there and read the entire stock market on the 1 to 5 second chart. I do that because I need enough of that information to tell you with precision the shit I tell you. You're not supposed to be down there with me. That's what it takes to be able to forecast every single move. I know every single movement. I understand every movement in the order book, and I've been staring at that shit for long enough. I'm entangled. When I watch it, I run at a certain pace to process it, and then I can translate everything to you where you can use it. And then once you go through this, there's no other better way to teach you how price really works and what it's doing. Then when you live through one of those sessions, you would never see shit in markets ever the same ever fucking again. I promise you that. So there's a bunch of guys in the chat who sat through that insane shit yesterday. It was really fun. It was a great vibe. It was like playing a big game of Call of Duty, right? Trying to chase these motherfuckers around and smack that thing on the head. So real fun stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I'm fucking dressed in this shit. Jesus Christ, this is not fucking Jim Cramer. It's supposed to be fun, right? I'm a Marvel comic dork. I turned stock market into a Marvel comic because I think it's fun. It's a puzzle, and I like the puzzle aspect of it. I like the puzzle of people everywhere. And here it just turns into money here, but like, fucking figuring out the Super Bowl or when we're going to Mars and shit, like you can't exactly trade the Mars thing yet. But like it's just fun to solve the fucking puzzle. That's what I like, and hope you guys got that aspect of it. That's the fun of it. Being in the mindset where you're actually enjoying shit, it's a lot easier to learn shit than when you're like, I must make money out of this. Like, just chill. This shit's pretty cool, and it looks neat, and it's nothing like you ever thought it was. When you see all this crap on TV and all these pundits say all this stupid shit, what's the PE ratio? What do you think the overnight? Dude, shut the fuck up. Shoot that guy. Shoot him. That's it. Anyways, fun stuff. Anybody who's like not sure what the hell is going on here, sorry for you. For you guys who get it, I'll see you on the next live call. You can't explain this shit to people. I told you, right? You could be watching this show for like fucking 2 years and you have no idea until you got in that live call what the fuck I was really saying. Now you're like, oh, you had a migraine? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have headaches a lot. I woke up and my fucking half of my head was about to fucking crack open. I was like, oh, I felt horrible. So I was actually on the verge of not doing the show. And then I got some asshole trying to rip me off in the Discord again, like a former student. It's like, bro, fucking Christ. But that motherfucker is like trying to do fractal analysis against my fractal analysis out of fear. And I was like, you don't recognize the motive that's driving your fucking reason for doing it? So this is a sentiment thing that you guys probably want to see. Let me show this to you. Yeah, if you write stupid shit, motherfucker, in my house, I own it. So don't be telling me what I can or can't say, bitch. I don't give a fuck. So, 1, don't write stupid shit. It's the first way to handle that. But this is an interesting sentiment read, right? As much as I had to fucking like tear this guy's ass and throw him the fuck out of here, you want to pay attention, right? I look at all things as informational. And while people get triggered out in chats, I'm not a fucking beta bitch. I don't give a fuck. You can be triggered in chat. I'll be laughing at you while you do that shit. So, at any rate, this motherfucker came into my room from YouTube here. And if any of you remember my old avatar, so this guy ripped off my entire profile and came in looking like my old mentor handle. You got to see this shit. And his point was he wanted to argue with me about the Dow Jones fractal I showed you guys. That the Bank of England just stepped in the way to stop from melting through the fucking earth, right? And this is like the difference in this is something key to good analysis. I'm not trying to get any of you guys to figure out how to be fucking like, behavioral specialists. But let's talk about something about motive and how it can invade and fuck your work up. So I'm finding this, 1 sec. You guys will watch this show long enough. I think I'm sort of accurate here and there, I think you get why I do the puzzle. I'm just solving like a puzzle. Like, is it going up? Is it going down? Right? This dude came in and dresses like the old me. This is actually my first character in Cash Cycle with the mirror face. And that's who I was in Telegram for years and in Google Chats. And his mentor, that's who I was. So he comes in dressed as me. And the very first interaction is it possible, the very first interaction after not talking to this man for a year, the Dow Jones fractal already happened. So, haven't talked to you, is it possible your analysis on X show is wrong? Really? I have a chart that looks geometrically shaped for price of Dow now versus diamonds. Remember I told you fractals ain't just because it looks like, motherfucker? There's some emotional structure shit you gotta know. I lived through 2008. When you don't understand how fractals work, don't try. Right? And so this is presented in a way to look benign, while he's really directly just coming in to tell me I think your analysis is wrong. But the why of it's the more important part, right? Why are you doing that? And why do I make the analysis I make? Even if it's horrific and it's going to be like the end of the fucking world, blah, blah, blah. Some people say, like, when I told people banking crisis was going to happen, I was a fucking top tier lender. And it's kind of like, well, Kaz, if the banking crisis happened, aren't you fucked? I don't make analysis because I'll benefit. I'm like, hey, I think that cat's going to kill that mouse. I don't have to benefit to tell you he's going to kill that mouse. It's just what's going to fucking happen. I tell you that water is wet because it is, not because I'm hopeful it'll be slippery, right? And a lot of people don't recognize their fears and their emotions that drive the reasons they do things is why they taint their work and they never have an objective read of what the fuck is ever going on. It's actually pretty nuts. I'll show you something. I'm going to show you that. So before he managed to get himself ejected, he put down the exact motive that brought him here. Here you go. And this is the problem. All I hope is that Kaz's fractal doesn't play out. You do not demand an audience with me because you're a fear-based piece of shit like every other fucking sheep out in the entire world who thinks fucking inject bleach because vaccines X. You might not know you're fucking nothing and you're not an analyst and you have no idea how fractals work, but when you're driven by fear to counter my objective read on the market, I do not owe you fucking shit. You are not an analyst, and you being a pussy that's afraid of fucking what might happen instead of taking precautions for possibilities doesn't demand anyone's fucking respect ever. Ever. But people with their egos really don't recognize that they are fucking retarded and say the dumbest shit and then expect me to prove to you that you're fucking stupid. No one owes you that kind of time. Ever. To even believe that I should have to sit to show you the details that prove you're a fucking idiot and are driven by fear like every other fucking animal on the planet. Really? You haven't been paying attention if you've been around this ecosystem 5 fucking years and came back to do this. So, when you're pretty sure I'm over the top in my reactions, you just haven't fully valued the fucking details yet. Yeah, I'll put you on blast, bitch. All fractal wannabes. You guys wonder where all your fractal shit came from? It all came from fucking this kind of rip-off at shit for fucking years on fucking years of this shit. You know, like I told the guys, you guys have no fucking idea what level of nonsensical shit has been going on in crypto for all the years I've been in this fucking place, you know? It's quite fucking astonishing. You know, I've got a former trader about to set up a fucking macro show and rip me off right now. It's actually nuts, right? I do this shit all the time. It's either this fucking accurate stuff has to be fake. Let me come in and prove you're a fucking scam. Oh, you actually can do this. Let me fucking steal it the fuck out of here as fast as I can. You guys wonder why people rob all of you all the time? Because motherfuckers are like this. It's like the most ridiculous shit, you know? It's the craziest stuff. So we get this crap all day, and it's just funny, you know? All of your fucking markets come from this crap. Most of you don't even know that the reason you fucking have technical analysis on altcoins and fucking TradingView is because I lobbied for that when I represented TradingView in January 2014, while all of crypto was fucking attacking the living shit out of me because TA is fake. Now you're all gurus. Suck my fucking dick. None of you even had access to the fucking charts, motherfucker. This is where technical analysis in crypto comes from. None of you can even fucking do it until I request the charts you fucking now love to be put on the fucking place you can actually do something and then taught you how to fucking do it. Stop pretending to be me, motherfucker. If you want to learn to trade. I'm an analyst. I also trade. These are not the same things. Right? While your biggest influencer telling you cannot TA altcoins because in March they're just showing up on fucking TradingView and they've never seen it because they're a bunch of pump fucking tard, scammers who steal from everyone they come in contact with and then swap. Oh wait, maybe you can. Can you show me? You know, it's pretty funny these guys never admit this shit, but it's a thing. That's where your shit comes from, right? Where do you think Bloomberg gets fucking emoji cycles from? With Apple emojis. Pay attention in 2020. In 2012, people don't do business with fucking apples. So they don't have access to those emojis. So when I'm posting this and getting made fun of for fucking using emojis, I'm not a professional. I guess it's professional now if a fucking whitey does it. Right? You guys know where that really comes from, right? It comes from fucking me, motherfucker. Gee, I have no idea how Bloomberg came across that. This little constant fucking hanging around to steal my shit, like TradingView now sticking emojis on charts, or tweets on charts, which none of you ever knew was a fucking analysis style to begin with. Right? An entire plan of people stealing my shit and pretending they fucking came up with it. Motherfucker, I keep receipts. Not okay, right? So, crazy shit. If you're here to steal my shit, fuck off. You can't steal an idea, and if you don't fucking live and breathe this shit, you'd never be able to port anything anywhere else. If your motive is to steal, or your motive is fear, your fucking work is already dead. You steal nothing, you understand nothing. I share everything I fucking have publicly. The fact that you even think you need to steal from me, like literally what the fuck? Anyways, morning memos and sentiments, right? That's the sentiments of the day. So that's something to take into the morning as you come down to the base, that shit's going on in the Discord while people are fucking printing money. There's people attempting to steal. And when those things show up, you pay attention because those are occurrences that are part of fucking the tapestry of price. right? Those people don't show up out of nowhere. I've got one guy trying to start a fucking like show off of me, and I've got another guy trying to rip off my analysis, and people are getting fucking eviscerated. It's just sentiment things, right? So we pay attention right here with the Bank of England intervening, so we can kind of get a better idea of what we're going to deal with right now, because this is big. When you get the Bank of England stepping in and saying they're trying to bring back order to the markets, it's a hell of a statement when you guys realize that, like, when European currencies decline or European stocks decline, that's not orderly. But when you eviscerate Turkey or destroy the currency of like a South American country, sucks to be you, right? So now they're in the game trying to save their own ass. So we want to pay attention to that, right? Bank of Japan's already talking about it. Now you've got Bank of England, and Bank of England has now reversed quantitative tightening, has gone fully back to supporting the market pump because they're trying to stabilize the fucking drop. That's huge. That's the bet I think the Fed is going to end up having to make also in order to fight the situation Putin has exacerbated. Now the Central Bank of England has made the first move on this, right? They have had to fully reverse dropping the balance sheet to try and sop up the surplus of money in the system from supporting the market in COVID, and that's hyperinflationary. That's some scary shit. For all you guys in England, understand this, right? The fact that they're having to reverse course to try and save their ass while you don't have all the fucking supply chain shit worked out and cannot really get growth, now you have hyperinflationary potential. Where you saw food prices and gas prices moving at the fucking speed you saw them right now, and they do that shit before they fucking take in the excess slack out of the system, your prices are gonna fucking go from like going like this to fucking like that. So this is pretty much what Putin wants, to absolutely fucking just strip fucking the value of the fiat system, the credit leverage system completely apart. This is what he's doing, putting that pressure onto Europe to basically force them out of fucking the necessary monetary policy to recover from fucking COVID. So, when you look at China kind of holding the supply chains the way they are with the lockdowns and what Russia's doing and now what's starting to happen, this is the long game that we talked about in the beginning of the year. We'd see September, October, as we head towards coal season, you would see the real effects of what Putin was doing coming from December through March last year right here. So, we talk about currencies, we're bringing those into focus right now a bit more. And for you guys exposed to major currency risk, learning to hedge yourself out of that fucking exposure is really fucking important. And it's one of the reasons I brought a closer Discord, because I can't really you have to have a real conversation, understand what it means to hedge assets and get out of the way of the freight train. Putin's aiming a train at fucking Europe. You guys haven't been in a line of fire like this since World War II with a real legitimate threat. And he's not bringing it with just guns. Ukraine is guns. The weapons he's going after you with are economic fucking nuclear weapons. And he's counting on your movement to save your own ass from COVID to compound the effects of what he's doing. And it looks like right now it's not a bad fucking plan, right? If the USA flips back from fucking quantitative tightening earlier than when they fucking plan to and has to start dropping the rates to the floor to save their own ass on both sides of the water, our money's going to turn into fucking toilet paper in fucking seconds. And that's literally what Putin was trying to do. And we want to fucking back real commodities, food, fucking energy, real shit, and fuck your credit. This is exactly the play. And England, we're highly correlated with some of the fucking things they do. England's got to do this. The ECB's probably right behind this. And if they get fucking our side of the water to do this, the pump cannon of inflation is fucking full blast. That's why Powell's trying to be so aggressive in order to bring it down fast enough before you can have to, go the other way. I wrote an article about this a long time ago. Let's see. This thing, I gotta find it. My old blog. This is actually pretty important. So this is coming around again. Let me see if I can get to this. I don't even know how to get inside the stupid blog. It's so old. The Fed, truth about inflation. So I wrote about this already. This is the bottom of the market. Fuck, I should have found this before I got here. I got tired of the stupid shit in the show. The Fed rate. So lots of charts are deleted, but it shows the correlation of how the Fed creates the fucking destruction of your system. I gotta look, but I basically showed in here that the Fed jacked up the rates in order to fucking get in front of the problem fast enough to smash them back to the floor in order to pretend to be the hero. They're doing this cycle now. It's in here somewhere, but I need a second to find it. Let's see. Oh, damn it. I'm going to find it in 2 seconds. It's really important. Oh, so you guys know you read The Truth of BTC, episode 1, 2, and 3. This is the original. This is The Truth Will Set You Free, episode 1, 2, and 3. This is the first time I did this. This, if you go back, I don't have time to put it in the show today. This kind of explains the mechanism the Fed does to create the fucking, aberration in the market that leads to the recession. But because of the lag effect, you don't really directly connect it to the Fed. And when they start dropping rates in the middle of a crisis, you end up perceiving them as trying to save the market. But ultimately, they're the ones who fucking rip the market in order to throw you off of the side of the equation of asset appreciation and put you back into the labor pool because you can't have too much money or you won't work, and then have to fucking rescue the system as it overcorrects, right? Nobody realizes that the market doesn't operate in spite of the Fed. The market is the fucking Fed, right? It's a crazy fucking thing. They do not get that the Fed is the credit that flows into the system. They are the source. We don't fucking sit over here and do economics with our money, and in case we need saving, they come save us. They are the entire system. And you see a lot in crypto, right? A lot of people want to say, like, hey, we made some coins. You guys, let's do economics. Okay, we have to create a stabilization fund, right? Because people don't really understand how this works. Once you have hoarding in the system and fucking various reasons that fucking money that gets lost, you have to keep injecting credit. When you look at their billionaires in the fucking marketplace, right? They're hoarding fucking mass amounts of capital out of the system. It's not coming back around. So the Fed has to create a model like that. They are the fucking actual source, because hoarding would remove all the capital from the system from the few who could corner it. So people just don't understand general economics. Anyways. That's a whole bunch of stuff. I might get 9:06, so this is definitely going to run over if I'm not careful. So if you haven't been to that blog, check it out. Nomics.blogspot.com. It's like ancient, but that's the one I wrote in the banking crisis, trying to warn all the people a banking crisis is coming. And because I was in banking, people thought that I was crazy. I'm like, that would be bad for you. I didn't say it because it was good or bad for me. There's just a truck about to hit you, and it just is. That's why I do what I do. I don't do it because it's going to fucking be good or bad. I just do it because it is. Motive will affect your work. Remember that. So I don't want to skip these. Let's see if I can get one, because you guys did that live trade with me. Let's see if you wrote anything. Smiles and cries. Motherfucker, you watch Training Day or something? I remember where that comes from. It's all about smiles and cries. That was that lame shit Ethan Hunt sent to fucking Denzel in the front seat of the car, and he got laughed at. No, he's in the house when he was with the guy they shot. I remember that line. Who the fuck says that? All right, per trade thoughts, Ethereum has 1 hour RSI divergence and made a low, then a higher low. I waited for the corrective waves, then entered after SVFP and a break of resistance, zoomed in to enter off 1 second and 5 minute structures. 15 and 5 minute structures. Placing stops below newest low candle, planned for 5th wave with half a point taken, 350 wave stops. Then let the rest ride. Sounds good. Mid trade thoughts. Immediately after opening trade, I zoomed out and noticed that the daily and 12 hour, this trade doesn't look that good. High time frame downtrend still in play. Only 1 hour uptrend. Also SPY is dumping. It's face off and VIX is pumping like a motherfucker. But I have a plan and I'm going to ride until stopped. I like that. Still mid trade thoughts. It broke up out of the resistance. This is a great journal of like what you're going through while you're watching your shit move around. This is good. Like I like that you this was detailed. Like your mid trade thoughts. Like what's going on while you sit there. This will help you figure out your idle mind is fucking up your fucking plans. I think this is a really good fucking point he did. Still mid-trade thoughts. It broke up out of its resistance. Small bull flag, 12-hour close, and 1 hour bullish engulfing. It actually looked like I caught the beginning of a decent mid-time frame wave. Post thoughts. I closed. I didn't hold until my target. Short time frame looked like it was rolling over. Mid time frames look decent. High time frame still looks great. Still 1.25R. Don't be greedy. Take the money. Close to hit it and quit it. Close to hit and quit it. I re-enter if the bull flag looks smashable again. That's a really great, honest thought about how you got involved in this and what you did with it. I like that a lot. And that's you guys always ask, which I write my journal? Right, what's going on with you? That's it. And whatever you fucking can use and look back at yourself and have introspection on how you made that choice, 5 months from now. First war story, Azen, Don Quixote. What a name. I started watching streams last year. It took me some time. I had a lot of researches in order to grasp all the new terms because my main language is French. The thing that struck me most and which indicated I was in the right place was after reading of the blog with the invisible hand, the illustration with the cow sheep, reading that was like an intellectual orgasm. From there, I decided to start doing things on my side, and that started with drawing everything that was in the stream, precisely. With that, it was still overwhelming, especially the quantity of assets that we go through. So I decided to stick with one asset ETH while using the Trinity VIX DXY SPY. The Trinity? I love that. Really? That's good. I guess I have made that a thing. I'm stealing that. The Trinity of the VIX, DXY, and SPY. That helped me a lot. I was able to understand a lot of things just with one asset. But the thing that helped me the most was the forum on Reddit. Being able to see the other plays, their journey, entries, exits, and compare that with mine. That is some big data. It's a treasure to analyze. Thanks, Cash, for everything and the whole eco. That's good. What is this? Looks like Ether. 7 hours. 3 hours. Look at that. Pretty good, right? Straight up out of one bull flag, out of a consolidation rate, down out of a fucking like bear flag on here. Doesn't get better than that. Good stuff, dude. All right. Well, that's good. That's the war stories. Good shit. Do we have anybody saying anything horrible today? I forget. Let me see. Where's Forex Factory? Let's see. What do we got? Today is Wednesday. Fed Chair Powell. Is he speaking again? This motherfucker? Like, don't you have a fucking job, bro? Jesus Christ. He's like 70. He's more busy than fucking anybody. Why does this man need to speak every day? I didn't even know that. Like, wait, that's yesterday. What are we doing here? No, this is today. Jesus fuck. Go away, you son of a bitch. He's like a really fucking hardworking old man. Take a vacation. So, that's always bad. Intervention by Bank of England, and then don't know what impacts that has on what he might say. Bullard is only meant to make bad things happen to the general public. He's meant to smash the market. He says almost nothing ever positive. So 40 minutes after market opens, they probably will pause. Honestly, in trading action, after the Bank of England intervenes and spikes the market, there's a good chance that motherfucker will be like, Jesus Christ, what's Powell going to say? So whatever you thought he was going to say is now fucking, put against the backdrop of England walking in the door. So now you got to pay attention. So this morning off the bell, if you catch some good impulses or whatever, I'd back up if you get to 10. Make sure you don't forget that. He can say one word and wipe your day out, right? So be fucking careful. Yeah, you're right. The Fed guy speaking never always pops up on the economic calendar. They're making sure you fucking know, and it's definitely going to condition fear because of what the Fed is doing. So you want to know this. All right, so that's it. I got to get to the fucking macro because now I'm way behind fucking time. So what time I have? 9:12. I'm going to do this really quick and go through everything and then let you guys go. Where am I at? All right, where am I at here? This is... Hello, don't do this. Okay, there we go. All right, find this intervention real quick. GBP USD. So that's them. So these things are pretty interesting for you guys who don't know how these work. Oh man, I really need some time to talk about this. So you guys understand how you buy a position. If you want to accumulate a lot, you kind of like, put a bid out there, kind of accumulate some things, take your time, buy something good. When you see those interventions, they're actually just meant to destroy retail, right? So when they say, I'm going to restore orderly markets, they're just going to liquidate you. So you'll see it a lot. Bank of Japan will do it. It'll just be a lightsaber. Basically, they clear the entire offer wall. There's a single fucking sweep buy, or just wipe you out. So they wipe out all the people who are basically shorting and just damage the shit out of them. That's not a real accumulation bid to push. That was just like a wall sweep. So they wiped everyone out, and now they set like a fucking Darth Maul range, just like the FOMC sets. That range they just created, they basically killed all of the fucking retail traders that were in the bid. So let's say the price is right here. They basically just wall swept it and emptied the wall, but didn't put a bid. That caused a collapse. So that entire range has been damaged. Stay outside of the entire fucking Darth Maul range. Don't fuck around in that. You're not gonna really have any good price discovery, right? So when you see this stupid shit they do and they just lightsaber the market, there's a good fucking chance it'll just continue the trend, but it butchered all the retail guys who are anywhere near that motherfucker right now. And then that clears the books to let it fucking fall and vacates the side of the trade. That's why the intervention never stops the trend. So I've been watching that dumb shit since the first time I ate one of those in like 2004 from the Bank of Japan, and then the fucking thing went straight through the floor. I was short from like 133 down to like 116 something, and that's the first time I saw it. The Bank of Japan pushed that bitch up to 119, fucking murdered everybody in the trading room I was in, wiped out a bunch of my gains. I'm like, I panic closed it. And then it proceeded to fall precipitously right back to fucking 116, shockwave down there, and then broke that shit. And I'm like, I caught the short down there, but it wiped me out, in the near term. And what the fuck just happened? Then it did it again and barred it up again. I'm like, I'm not closing this shit. And a bunch of us sat there and just wrote it back down. And so that's why I learned it. If the Swiss National Bank intervenes, motherfucker, get out of the way. They know how to do it correctly. They'll wipe you fucking off the map. They won't stop. They'll intervene for fucking like an hour. They won't do that shit. The SMB knows how to fucking stop a decline. So, food for a fucking thought from a guy who's been in the currency market for 20 years. There's one of them guys at the BOJ and fucking the Bank of England. They'll do that shit. And the Fed can do it too. If you see PPT, they'll sustain the bid. They'll just arc the fucking market. They'll wipe you all off the map if you're short. So the Swiss National Bank and the Fed, they know how to run game. Those other idiots, they're just fucking clearing the book in the near term. Orderly decline, they just want you as part of the decline. So when you see like a long sustained pump and PPT announcement, you give a fuck. Bank of England, that lightsaber shit, they just fucked a bunch of people. Just like the FOMC fucks a bunch of people. They're just gonna do its shit again, you know? Watch, the Swiss are fucking serious. I'm serious. I have a chart I show you. You would fucking shit to see it. If I could find it fast enough, man, this is a show I could talk about so much stuff. There's so much shit going on, and I fucking don't have the time to get to show you. I'll show you the Swiss chart, though. Where is it at? From way back. This is a Swiss intervention that showed up. I didn't know it was coming. You don't know it's coming. It just fucking didn't get a chance to ruin my life. It should have. Yeah, it fucking, like, broke my broker. I have this graph. I had to save it. It was one of the craziest things I ever fucking traded to. This shit. So I'm lucky. This was a Swiss intervention. Wait, I wrote it. Yeah, Swiss intervention right here, right? So the Swiss bank was like too strong. And when they do this, it broke the broker. None of your orders could work. So I was booted out of one of these. One of these I managed to stay into like this. I couldn't move anything. The whole broker was dead. And the fucking thing just insta-bar down. This is the other side of it. So I was in like literally trading the franc that night in here. And I was actually shorting it. See it? Stopped out here, tried again, stopped right there, tried again, stopped out there. I'm like, I think this thing's going down. I was literally shorting right into this. And then it finally fucked me one more time. I was like, man, I don't know, maybe it's going to go up tonight. And I bought it, and then my broker turned off. So I was ejected here. And these bars just appeared later, dead broker. This, I mean, you are fucking dead. This is 112 to 121 in about a half an hour. They'll just sustainably smash it. And if your account goes off and your shit's not in place, you're going to be broke. See, I said it doesn't even look like I got much of the move because the intervention was so fucking big. The platform froze during the intervention, couldn't pull back trailing stops, and was locked out of buying the remaining. I couldn't do anything. All of them were stuck. So this guy made it, but the rest of them got wrecked. You know, this like insta fucking like destruction. So the Swiss banks intervention don't look like that lightsaber shit. It'll fucking kill you. So huge memo if you've never seen one before. All right, now let me try to do the fucking macro section. I promise because I'm fucking out of time. Yeah, the Swiss are beasts. When you get in the order book, they know how to fuck shit up. Where am I at? Okay, so anyways, back to this. I'm going to go really fast because now I fucked up and it's 9:15. So here we go. Where are we today? So we're at this base. We defined when we talked about gaps are important. They're huge volume levels that you want to care about to pay attention to. So we're at the base of the summer low. That's what we projected forward here. We put on both graphs, right? Summer low. There it is. Okay, so this is the gap chart. So we pay attention to gap ranges, right? Just like we came down. Gap here to here, range bound. Gap here to here, range bound. And then through here, gap to gap to gap to base. And now we're getting intervention on the base. So you've got a stop run on the low of summer, right? He peeked his head through. That's the 2B. You guys understand that rule. So now you're here. And if you can sustain the opening for Dick rules to go north of this, that's a decent squeezable place if he wants to hold it. It's also a great line in the sand if he goes back through and under here. That's definitely double bad. So again, we talked on the last show. It's a great place that we're at and a lot of things to pay attention. And you know, BTC had pumped off of that, so I'll see you guys play it. This was since the last show. Right, the same base location. BTC popped out of it. We're on the base. There's an intervention. So you have a huge line in the sand. Like I said, interventions don't generally change the trend. In time, this likely gets to go through this. I say it fucked all the retail guys who were right about this direction. So when we look at this, we come through this base, like all of this is easy to pay attention to. Now, all of you should literally fucking have like raging alarm bells if the price ever sustains under this fucking like shit right here. Because lots of risk assets now are in that crazy position that if they extend any of this, right, this is bear flag extension through base will confirm the bear flag of the summer and fucking like the extension of the macro tide from the top of November. So we need to keep eyes on all of that at that base, at that base. That resolution is a 24-hour market. You look at this guy a little bit like better to see just his overall day structure, and this is kind of what you're dealing with, right? Ah, jeez. Boy, I suck today. All right, he could attempt to rotate like that low res of bull flags from here. He goes back through here. He's continuing your macro trend, which we have outlined here, right? So it's a good like level for 2B, and 2B's being a stop run could give them some juice for today while they're jawboning that they're gonna quit orderly, whatever the fuck. But that's your line in the sand, just like it was coming into here before. Like this is a key spot to pay attention to. So this is today. This is we were pretty much right here the other show. So again, pay attention, right? We were here the other show. We paid attention to the gap. We went down and we found support on this base. So we're gap to gap, gap to base. So with that, GBP, USD, right? They did that shit with him. We look at him. What have you managed to sustain? Right? And let's just put it on this chart so I have it here. Low is 11520. So that's what they're dicking around with, right? They're literally fucking around with the fucking 35-year low. And so now you're holding this shit here, and this is your fucking intervention, you fucking piece of shit, you market manipulating cocksucker, right? But this is what you got on the low. So if he's gonna fucking do something today, and get another intervention to push him off here and hold this line, so be it. He gets through this shit and does this, right? He's going for the fucking run of the century right there. And the Queen's money is officially fucking dead. So that's your line in sand with GBP, and he's probably gonna be a proxy for a bunch of other shit, right? Like this motherfucker. So if he's gonna hold a line on that fucking 2B historically, and they're gonna keep trying to fucking intervene, then we're watching for this to either do this and that, or he's gonna get a fucking flag. Like so. And they're gonna fail on this intervention, and he's gonna fucking manage to pull that shit off, and everything's gonna gas pedal to the fucking floor, and they're gonna have to either intervene again or let it go a whole nother level. So this is major D-Day type shit you're sitting on with intervention in the books, and them kind of trying to figure out maybe things are going too far too fast. Hell, we're gonna reverse course on policy, right? Key inflection point right now across lots of assets. And again, when you zoom out, DXY's parabolic is a motherfucker, right? So key point to pay attention to if we at like low resolutions begin a reversal counter structure that allows a squeeze from that bottom of summer low to B. Got it? All that? Yep. Good money. VIX things, right? Pay attention to him. 30 is super dangerous. He said 33, so he's not really slowing down. North of 30 is disaster land. So looking at risk assets as a possible long is purely speculative on a squeeze potential. Up here is all fucking risk off. Holy fucking shit. This is not a good thing, right? So this is our seasonal VIX rotation that ego cocksucker was fucking terrified might be real and is still unfolding, and the sentiments of countering my logic with your fear is sentiment things, right? So that's never good. So right now we got the 3509, which is a projection I told you to watch for. He just failed off it with the intervention, so this is your line in the sand now. If he gets above and sustains this, the red shockwave meant fucking gas upwards equals bad for risk assets, so that's why we made it red. So this happens on the edge of that zone, and we go into fucking 9/11 territory, panic world. So it's VIX DXY. I did crypto real quick. I'm not gonna do symbols. I'm just gonna get the macro out and let you guys go. I'm at 923. Fuck. So this is what we drew last time for ETH. Just pay attention to this. So as far as crypto goes, you got BTC in a good level to pay attention. I just showed you. And then this is the nonsense I said, right? You see this kind of nonsensical shit, you watch the range, and we defined the boundary of it, and you see how you don't fuck around? Just like an intervention. Do not go inside of the fucking middle of that fucking nonsensical expando range. They'll expand your asshole with a fucking, tool they use to fucking do it in a proctologist's office. Don't do that shit. Whatever. Don't do it. Let him get outside of this guy, or let him get outside this guy, and he's likely going to be confirming the movements of like a whole bunch of other shit. Since we're at 30 fucking VIX, risk assets correlate like a motherfucker. They're all going to go down together or up together at this point, right? So that's your line in sand with DXY, which you're paying to the triggers on VIX, and then BTC, ETH give you a proxy, and then S&P is on a 2B base for summer lows. That's a macro, motherfuckers. Don't try to rip my show off, bitch. There's only one macro that fucking matters in the game. Hope you guys got it. Go out there and kill some shit. Catch you on the flip. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.